So here we are out in southwest Alaska. We've got 17,000-foot mountain range border. We've got 2 national parks. We have 3 national wildlife refuges, 2 of which are as large as the Arctic Refuge. Within these 2 national parks and national wildlife refuges, there's 4 state parks. One of them, Wood-Tikchik, most Alaskans have never even heard of, so certainly no one from down here has ever even heard of it, is the largest state park in Alaska and arguably the largest state park in all of North America. New Yorkers will tell you the Adirondacks are larger, but a lot of the Adirondack scale is based on private inholdings. Wood-Tikchik is a consolidated protected park of 1.6 million acres. That big lake is called Lake Iliamna. It's 63 miles across and 3.5 miles wide, and it's one of the 20 largest freshwater bodies in the world. And that river coming out of it that forms the triangle is called the Kujak, and it's the single most productive salmon fishery in the history of the planet. Now, to explain how all this happens, it starts off at the higher elevations where snow accumulates with some fierceness. But when the snow melts, the descent of the water begins in the high plateaus, flowing down these not so deep arroyos and accumulating in these unbelievable high meadows, spectacular wetland zones. As the water concentrates, it begins to channelize, and then it descends through spectacular whitewater rills like this, the Upper Allen River outlet, spreading itself out across virgin forest floors that have never been cut, roaded, or power corridored, wending their way between mountain ranges that don't have names and summits that aren't even on the survey charts yet, draining down into big lakes that form the basis of the tundra ponds spread out across southwest Alaska and that are particularly concentrated in Tikchik Park, and ultimately leaving those lakes to begin their final meander across the flats to the Pacific. In a very pro-development minded state, state lands have been turned over as the largest mine field, as in mining, in the history of the state. 745 square miles of designated potential. And the first to jump through the hoop and say, we'll dig here, is a Canadian corporation called Northern Dynasty. Immediately adjacent, you will note, Lake Iliamna and Lake Clark Park proposed to put in the largest open pit copper and cyanide gold leach mine in the history of the world. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Berkeley Pit in Butte, Montana, currently the largest open pit copper mine in the world, it's just under 1.5 miles across. The Pebble, which is what this mine will be called, the Pebble will be over 2 miles across at the top and over 3,000 feet deep down into the pit. It will also, unfortunately, leach gold, which is to say they will take chunk rock that they blow up, pile it up, sprinkle it with rainbirds spraying cyanide, which filters the gold out. They'll extract the gold, and then they have to contain the cyanide slurry forever because it can't be treated. So they build a giant tailings pond for it. The tailings pond for the Pebble mine will be 20 square miles when the dam finishes, and it will require an earthen dam larger than the Three Rivers Gorges Dam in China, in an area that's the most seismically active area in the entire world. Well, first of all, how stupid is this? But then beyond that, how long is this before some catastrophic earthquake just sends all of this cyanide right into the fishery? This is beyond stupid. Imagine digging a hole 3,000 feet down into this and having to perpetually pump out all the toxic water and contain it that's created by the pit. This is just blind stupidity. And these are the immediate adjacent valleys to the mine site, all of which will be completely gone into the pit by the time the mine is fully developed. Everything you're looking at now will be a hole in the ground if this pit is ever built. And then just below, downriver on the Nushagak, are 3 very good-sized native villages, all of whom depend on the river for their subsistence lifestyles and who fish on the river every day. And then when the river freezes in the winter, they go out in their snow machines and fish on the river every day, because this is how they survive. I want to see this amazing landscape of these extraordinary, unnamed, wild and undisturbed valleys, and these remarkable vistas that go as far as the eye can see with no other evidence of human beings in them, stay in the condition of pristine wildness and habitat support that they are currently in.